Hey guys, Chuck here, back in Planetbase. I've made a few changes. We're gonna see if these do us any good. For one, there was a stinking water extractor here, so I removed that and I put it out here, and I decided to use that space for a control center, and I deleted the control center that was here. So I put a bigger one there. And it's got all the telescope controls. It's got 3 security desks and a radio desk. And as soon as they clear out the items that were left here, I'm going to probably build something else here, like maybe a dorm or something like that. Then I'm going to try to, after I build something here, I want to connect this mine to that so that I can turn around and recycle that and move it to a better spot. Because early on I was kind of dumb in my placement of certain things. Well, a lot of things really. But putting that water extractor over here, when those things, they can connect to anything. So I've got room to put that out here. So I'm going to recycle that one. But I can't recycle it yet because I think if I click it right now, you see it tells me I can't recycle because it would split the base here. There would be nothing connected to that mine. So either I get rid of the mine and that, and then I could really put a couple things, and I think maybe I could do without that mine. Because I've got a lot of mines going on. That's a lot of metal. And I could recycle the mine, move the water extractor, and then I have more room for more buildings down here. And another thing, I went down here and, well, darn it, we got to put that on a priority. So we need spares to fix that. So I guess when we get more spares, that'll take care of itself. So I took that biodome that was out here and I moved it in closer. So I would have more room to build more stuff up here. And I built another robotics facility here, and I've got 4 machines set in there just to make carrier bots. My whole idea is we don't have nearly enough carrier bots, and I'm thinking if we can get those up to, well, let's see, we only got 12. Now I'm thinking if we like double that or triple that number of carrier bots, then this is going to go up. We're not going to have nearly as many people hauling stuff around. And the less schlepping that people have to do, I think the happier they are. I know I would be. We're low on storage space, but really we kind of, let's check out the trader. Well, constructor bots and driller bots. I don't really want to purchase either one of those. I'd rather purchase some carriers. But possibly buy the semiconductors, because those things, all right. So I would have traded excess armed intruder. Now let's see. Our security people don't have far to go to intercept the intruders. But still, somebody died to combat wounds. And we lost 2 people. 3. The only other thing I could think to do, and of course I would have had to do this early on, would be to make this the security console right there. To where right inside the airlock, boom. Yes, the first thing they hit when they come in. But that wasn't, I think putting it close though is going to help me out. Now, we need all the bioplastic we get, so I don't want to recycle that. But I want to get this space available sooner, so I might recycle some stuff here. Although they appear to be coming and grabbing everything rather quickly. I'm wondering what's the negative impact to running low on storage space. We're at 91% on that dome right now. I don't think you could connect those domes to out here to these structures. So that would be convenient if you could. So my options are I'm going to get rid of both of these. I'm going to move the water extractor somewhere else. And I think what I put in here, it just depends. I'm thinking that storage is not a good idea because we're trying to get this population up. I'm probably going to want some place for them to sleep. So I'm thinking another dorm. So I'll do that for now. If that turns out to be unnecessary, then wait a minute. Dorms, I can't connect. Well, I mean, I could get rid of the mine either way. I think that's what we had decided we were going to do anyway, right? Get rid of that mine. So let's check the trader out. What do we got? What do we got? We got some spares, but we have spares now. He doesn't really have anything I need. I don't even need the gun. I got most of my guards armed right now. So I'm going to dismiss him. The power come back up. Now, if I get rid of this mine and that, then I can't really put a bed here. I have to put something else here, but then I could put beds out there. So let's do that. Let's recycle the mine, and let's recycle the water extractor. Now we're going to still need water, so I'm just going to build the extractor out here somewhere. And so we're not really losing any water production by getting rid of that. What I am doing is freeing up. I've freed up 3 places here for other buildings as we see fit. Now I'm thinking out here a residential building possibly. You know, put some dorms there. And then something necessary here. But we might hold off on that. I could do another storage. Or I could do another industrial building, another robotics building possibly. Or, you know, there's a lot of possibilities. So if I put another, either a dorm, I don't know why it wouldn't let me select it there for a second. Alright. I'm going to connect that to there. And, well, no, dorms only got 1 connection. Alright. We got still space to put something there and something here. Now, let's check the trader. Does he have carrier bots? He's got 2, and I will take both of them if I've got the money. I guess we can figure out how to make that work. I got metal. I got ore. I got medicinal plants. I don't think we can afford both of those bots. Let's just see. Yeah, we got it. We got it. All right. So we're playing the long game here. We're going to build up the carrier bots. And I'm still looking for If we still think we have enough ore, man, that is getting annoying. I think there is a lot of RNG going on here, but sometimes you think it's against you when it just says, no, I'm going to like take away the wind, which is really annoying on the ice planet because there's not as much sunlight there and you really rely on your turbines more than your solar panels. So I could probably get rid of that mine as well, and that gives me another. Obviously, I can't whack the water extractor though, and move it because it would split the base at the moment that I try to do that. A lot of these mines can go, but I can't really put anything else in their place. This is the only place I could take another building and attach it to that. But, trading ship has landed. So I'm thinking that with our limited space left, that's kind of what we're looking at. Because out here, maybe I could fit another building down here. Maybe one more. I don't know if I can fit two more. So if I wanted another factory or multi-dome or whatever, biodome. I don't think we need another biodome. At least not now. We seem to be gaining in food again. So let's just say if I wanted to build another. All right. I got that, but can I attach another one on out here? I just don't know if that's even possible. And I don't know. Look at that. That was it took away 13 people at one go, and we've got lasers, but apparently this laser says interception chance 0, even though I've got, look at this, telescope consoles. 1, 2, 3. 3 telescope consoles. Now, I might have to put that on a higher priority. And I also need to check my landing permissions because maybe we need more engineers. Because that's operated by an engineer. We have an armed intruder again. We killed 4 of them already. We killed 5 without a loss to our own people. There we go. That's, you know, after the fiasco out here of the darn meteorite hitting the dorm. And that brings me back to what I was saying yesterday. I'm convinced that the developers up the frequency of these things later in the game just to try to up your difficulty. And it's just annoying when you're trying to build 2 more carrier bots. Do I have the money for 2 carrier bots? Let's see. It just seems like, I don't know. What do we got here? We got a dorm, but I haven't put any beds in there yet. So let's build some beds and put as many as we can fit in there. We're going to need all of these as the population grows. I know the cabins get you more happiness, but I've only got space left for so many buildings. I have to kind of maximize things like that. Now, I don't know if I can still fit 2 more. I know I can fit 1 more building here. And we're just going to kind of play that by ear and decide what we want to put there. And I know we can fit 1 more out there, and we can always dismantle another mine if we have to. We're just going to have to keep an eye on our ore production. But mines, I can always probably put more mines out here anyway. Let me check that. Yeah, see, look, I can always fit another mine down there if I need it. So I think this one here might have to go. In fact, it's definitely going to go. And incoming transmission. A large group of injured miners. We've got 14 medical. Yeah. Were they paying money or prestige? I think I'd rather have the prestige at this point. Now let's see where we are on stats here. We're still decent. So we've got back over 140. When considering I had 150 when we started, and that really leads me to believe that that's some sort of magic number in the programming. That 150, the difficulty gets higher, and so you really got to work for those next 150. We're trying our best. We're keeping the food stocks up. Now, I mean, I could build more, make them happy buildings, like another multi-dome or another bar. But I'm going to hold off on that until I see if we start getting low on food as the population gets up. We might have to put a canteen down here. Even though we have a canteen right there, so I don't really want to do 2 canteens. But the other flip side of that is I could build a larger canteen. And if I don't think I got an ability to connect something here and then be able to disconnect that. But maybe I could if no, because I can't connect anything else to the sick bay. So, I'll dismiss that guy. Now, the other options are the sick bay can obviously be moved. Now, the sick bay could be put way over here. And then I got to put something else there. But that puts the sick bay farther away. And I don't know if that's such a good thing either, making people walk farther to get healed. But that does give us more space here for other types of buildings. And put the sick bay, because it's a dead-end building, you can stick it out here against there where it's not going to matter. In fact, let me see if I can build another. Well, it's going to have to be a small one. But I can put another sick bay here. So that's a possibility that we don't sacrifice medical care. But yeah, we give us space for another small building over here that isn't a dead-end building. Or if I need to put more beds or whatever I can put in over here. So that's a possibility. Nobody using that sick bay anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and build another sick bay over here where that mine used to be. So, you know, if I had been more organized early on, and those who have watched all the early episodes will be able to vouch for that. And obviously, because you can see the finished product here. But if I had been more organized from the get-go, maybe I wouldn't be scrambling here to try to fit whatever in wherever I can fit it. Because I'm seeing a lot of things that I should have done early on. Like not, you know, like mines can go you know, out here because they're all connected properly. Even this, well, I mean, that mine, obviously connecting it right there is good because they don't have far to bring this stuff. So let's check our totals again. Base management, stats. 17 carrier bots now. 17 drillers. Nothing more bots is going to help that, but I need to get more because we're still hovering between decent and poor. I think we get that up to good eventually. All right, we got that built. So let's put some stuff in this sick bay. Put one medical cabinet and some beds. Can we fit a fourth bed in there? Yes, we can. All right. As soon as that gets built, we'll recycle this one. We'll go to using that one. Then we've got at least a couple buildings we can fit in here. What do we got? Trader and the visitors have paid. And he's got a constructor bot, but no carriers. So I'm not too interested in that. Plus, I don't have a lot of cash anyway. All right. We're up to 39 bots now. Let's see what the breakdown is on those. All right, 18 carriers, 4 constructors, 17 drillers. I think that's a good breakdown. I mean, maybe we obviously look at that. We're up. We almost hit good there. Now we hit good. We are creeping up. So I think the bot utilization is going to help us out here. Now we're going to have to keep a close eye on food stocks. Now, I have not filled this biodome yet. Now, another thing. We lost somebody, but we killed, I think, no, we lost 2 people. And we killed all the intruders. But we're back to 150. And that's dropped down to decent. But I think we're on the way back up. And we keep increasing the bots. And that's going to help out. And now I got that on a high priority. I could add some more food to this biodome out here. And I'm not sure what to put in. Maybe some onions and some, well, maybe I'll go with radishes and onions since they are not high maintenance. Maybe even some mushrooms. It says slow production, but it's low maintenance. What I wanted these GM things, do they give you a higher output? Do you get more food from those? Now I don't think I could fit anything else in there. I put some trees in there thinking that would help people's happiness. So that thing is full. I think, you know, we got another spot to build something out here. And we got a couple spots available down here. Actually, yeah, 2, because as soon as that dude gets up, healed, I'm going to recycle this med bay because I've got the one built over there. Actually, it's not a dude. Anyway, that's a guard. And now the the doctor is going to tend to her, and she is all better. And she's going to get up and leave the premises here in a second. And then I'm going to recycle that building. Yeah, we are out of spares, but it hasn't warned us that we're out of them yet. You know, I'm not gonna... You know what? I could buy some of this bioplastic. $126 for all the bioplastic. All right, nobody left here. Go ahead and recycle that. Well, still, that gives us at least 2 spots to build down here. I wish we could build in there, but I don't think so. Telling us we need more storage space. This thing is 94%. And back to 150. Let's see. Welfare is still decent. I think we're creeping up toward that good level. Now, if we can just get a few more bots in here, we might get it up there and keep it there. We just got another person came in. And here's the sandstorm. Yeah, even with me eliminating 2 mines, we're still accumulating metal faster than we're going through it. So that tells me that's fine. If anything, I wouldn't mind being able to produce spares and semiconductors at a faster rate. We just lost 3 bots. If I produce semiconductors a little faster, maybe we could build bots faster as well. And just don't want to build any extra production domes. Because as population goes up, we're really going to need more places, you know, for people to sleep. And I don't know if we're going to need to grow more food. Just have to see how that goes. At least I have room to slap another biodome down if needed. Yeah, I don't really think... Well, I mean, yeah, I can't dismantle anything here. These water storage, because that would split things. But if I could rebuild these water tanks and these storage down here and then put more buildings up there, but I've kind of cut that space off. Because if I could open up this space here, imagine if I'd have to dismantle all the way down from that end, and I can't very well do that, or we'd run out of water before I get everything rebuilt. Unless I went one at a time. Dismantle one, build one at the other end. Dismantle one, build one at the other end. I don't want to really go that route unless it becomes absolutely necessary. You know, when we're getting over, say, 200 people, and we have to we absolutely have to make space for other buildings, because I would have to come down through here dismantling all this water stuff, the telescope and everything, until I got down to here, and I'd have to be rebuilding those things down, you know, either across here down to here, and we're almost out of room down that way. So yeah, I think the inefficiency has kind of hindered us a little bit at this end of things. So we're just going to see how far we can take this. Hopefully we can get the population up there pretty good, and then we can move on and try the ice planet with all its different challenges. Okay, this I think we're darn near about to get it up into the good territory and get it there. Another thing we could do for the prestige is I could build another pyramid, something like that. Now that person just died just for the sake of dying. Nothing that we could do about that. Because I think these things just add, you know, it gives us 30. That thing gives us 60. And what's the difference in building materials? 2 people died of asphyxiation. Now, does that make any sense? Because, you know, unless something got severed, which I didn't. Yeah, okay, a meteor must have hit that connection there and knocked it out. So, I didn't even see that. Visitor, visitor, visitor. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna, you know, unless things just go to hell in a handbasket. It doesn't look like we're headed back into the poor territory. And a chance we can get back up to good and keep it up there. Now, if I want to increase the prestige, I probably could come down here and build another one of these, you know, big monstrosities, because we already have 2 of them. And then that, so that's really 3. Okay, yeah, we got a few decisions to make here. But let's see what happens with this armed intruder and how many there are. Is it just the one? Somebody come out here and whack them, will you? Here the guards are. Darn it, we lost 2 people. We lost 3 people, and like I said, this 150 level seems to be kind of a benchmark that, you know, we really have to work pretty hard to get above that far enough where we're going to stay above it. It seems like you can play for hours until you improve. Well, then we just got somebody else coming back in. So we look here, and we're up to good and still climbing. Now, I think that's the key to beating this situation, that, you know, we seem to get the population up and then we lose a couple. We get it up, we lose a couple. But if we can keep this higher, we'll start bringing in more people than we lose. Still says we're low on storage, and I don't have too many other places I could build more storage. Let's see if we can get a couple more colonists in to get back above that 150 mark. So I feel that some of the restructuring I've done has helped. We will buy another robot. Let's see how much. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do 2 bots. I think we'll just do the 1. All right. Now, come on, people. $149. Now you watch, we'll hit 150 and get a meteorite, hit something. Or 10 armed people come in. Well, we got enough guards armed that those intruders shouldn't stand a chance. Yeah, I got 13 of them armed out of 15. And we're well into the green here. Oh, visitors have paid money. We got more stuff landing. We got some more people coming in, did we? Yeah, we're up to 150. All right, halfway there. If we can keep that welfare up where it is, we'll get there a little quicker. So that's probably a good spot to sign off for now. And we in decent shape, and we still have some room to grow, some room to build. So we're going to call it a day for now. So I hope you've gotten something out of this video. If you have, you can like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate that. And I will catch you on the next one.